Al Solly of Aberdeen and Dale Weber of Salem. Al Solly right there, ready to throw it up at center. Dale Weber across the way, as you see in the rear of your screen by the officials table. It is Armour in the maroon and Webster in the gold, and Webster controls the tip. Waldowski, fine athlete, a 6'1" senior guard, to the baseline, underneath, shot blocked from behind by Binder. 5 defensive play. So the big championship game is underway, and this is what it's all about. Waldowski will put it in play. From the baseline, Hagen's shot is short, follow shot is good by Burns. And Webster fires it in first. Friedel to Binder. Back to Friedel. Over to Glanzer. In the far corner to Hilgeman. This is Friedel. Rolling free. Follow shot Glanzer. Little long. Rebound picked off by Burns of Webster. Over to Waldowski. Fires from 22. Little long. Not a good percentage shot. A foul is called on number 30, E. Conger of Webster. The first foul of the game. Non-shooting foul. Friedel is playing with an injured right ankle. He came out of the ball game last night late in the semifinal game, and he had twisted it a little bit. They had his shoe off right away and an ice pack on it. Glanzer underneath. It's blocked, and a foul is going to be called on John Hagen. Second team foul. Glanzer will be at the line to shoot a pair. Glanzer's shot. 17 free throws last night in that semifinal game against Custer. First one is good. He can tie it up here. 5'8" junior. It's a tie game. 2-2. Waldowski being picked up by Friedel. On the side it goes to E. Conger. John Hagen. Baseline underneath. Good. Hagen. 4-2. Both teams taking it right to each other. Interception by Waldowski. The triple. He got it. Here comes Fuller. Over to Glanzer. Full court press for the Bearcats. Gets it up to Fuller. Fuller's had a good tournament. Near steal, but Friedel makes the save. There's a near steal by Waldowski. Glanzer controls it. Here is Fuller from the corner. Off the rim. Rebound is picked off by Burns. To Waldowski. All the way in. Waldowski got it. And it's 8-2. Both teams really moving, showing a lot of quickness. They're pressing all over the court. Friedel. Glanzer fakes in the middle. Fuller. Shot up. It's blocked. Gets a layup. No good. And they're not hitting underneath. Fuller didn't control it. He stepped out of bounds. Armour will press also. Hagen into Waldowski. He's the quarterback. Waldowski to John Hagen. Burns can't get around. He's going to fall away. Jumper is good. 4 points for Burns. And it's a 10-2 game, Webster. Barry Glanzer. Cross court to Binder. Back over to Glanzer. Dave Fuller. Glanzer driving the lane. Passes off underneath. And they got it in there that time to McFarland. And that's what they have used to great effectiveness throughout this tournament, the back door. 10-4. Waldowski. E. Conger. Thought he was almost near the baseline. To a long shot, E. Conger. And he banged it home. Everybody scored now. for Webster except Hilgeman. Here's McFarland. Fuller got it in. And it's 12-6 Webster. Waldowski driving against Glanzer. Waldowski from deep in the corner. It won't hold. Rebounded by Fuller. Here they come on the run. Glanzer going all the way. Feeds back outside, and it won't go in for Burns, or for Fuller. Gets the rebound off to Glanzer. And the rebound is handled by Burns. Now to Waldowski. 4 rebounds for Burns. 6'4" junior. Waldowski, too hard. High in the air to pull it down. McFarland for Armour to Friedel. Fast break to Glanzer. Layup is good, and he's fouled. Second foul on E. Conger, 13 foul. Brad Friedel checks out, and freshman Dan Friedel comes in for the Packers, a 5'8" freshman. Glanzer trying to make it a 3-point play. He's 3 out of 3 from the line and 5 points. 12-9 as Armour comes battling back. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Slam bang basketball game for the State B championship. Hagan, Burns, goes left, comes right, and won't hold. They've cooled off. The rebound, Fuller doing yeoman work on the boards to Bindert. Shot up, good. Bindert's first point, and it's 12-11. E. Conger.
7 straight points by the Packers.
Shot up by, won't hold by Hilgeman. They're going to getting one shot. Glanzer off to Friedel, and the lead is Armour's. Dan Friedel, and the lead is Armour's 13-12. Waldowski lost it off his foot, but he'll control it before it goes out of bounds. Over to Hagan, back to Waldowski. Takes it to the left side. Hagan pumps it up. He got it. (14-13). Webster by 1. There's a steal by Waldowski. He's going in with it, and he deflected out of bounds by Glanzer. So it'll be Webster's ball.
And there you see Burnell Glanzer. Somebody said last night unofficially he was up off the bench about 95 times.
Glanzer with a sneaky arm in there. Bindert, or Hilgeman rather, couldn't get it in there. He's had about 2 or 3 good shots. Number 50, Dennis Bresky, 6'1" junior, replacing John Hagan for the Bearcats. Armour on the attack. Glanzer in control into the forecourt. 2:10 to play in the first period. Fuller. This is Friedel. Here's Fuller across court. Little long. Rebound picked off by McFarland to Waldowski. Bresky. He's playing the high post now with Hagan out of there. Waldowski. Reverse layup. Traveling. Basket. Does not count. No basket.
That's the first Bearcat turnover. They're coming with a minute 45. Armour has turned it over twice.
Glanzer at the point. Friedel to Glanzer. Back to Friedel in the corner to Bindert. Glanzer over to Fuller. He'll spin, shoot. Good. 4 points for Fuller. 1 point lead for Armour. Waldowski. For the Bear. Long shot, Waldowski. Bingo. 8 points for Waldowski. Webster by 1. Friedel. Follow shot. Good. By Fuller. 6 points for him. Waldowski against Glanzer. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Armour by 1. Bresky in the corner to Waldowski. He'll fire. Oh, he rattled that one home. 10 points for Waldowski on 5 field goals. They might hold it for one with 38 to go here in the first quarter. Now 35. Armour in the forecourt. Fuller lets it fly, too long. Rebounded, picked off by Bresky. Short release pass to Waldowski with 24 seconds to play in the quarter. Hilgeman, he hasn't scored in this quarter. Bresky to Waldowski. Here's Hilgeman, fires it up, he got that one. And it's 20-17, Webster by 3 with 6 seconds. Glanzer, long shot, Glanzer, little long rebound. Econger, they can't get the shot away at the buzzer. End of the first quarter, Webster 20, Armour 17.
Walt Heidelberger talks about working with people.
Well, we like our people. If you like people, why, it's easier to get along with them. I think that people like us here, if we can help a customer in any little way, why, it makes a better relationship through that customer and through the community.
It is a brand you can trust.
Gifford Hill Center Pivot dealers can't bring you rains from the heavens, but they can bring you rain from the earth. All the rain you need with the Gifford Hill 360 Pivotal Sprinkler System. Structural and electrical innovations make the Gifford Hill system second to none, and the smaller sprinkler nozzles improve uniformity and require less water pressure. See your Gifford Hill dealer. See Van Dyke Irrigation, your Gifford Hill dealer in Woonsocket, Tri-County Tractor in Yankton, or Rosebud Co-op in Gregory.
Some kind of quarter of basketball that was. Webster leading 20-17. They hit on 10 of 18, 55% from the floor that quarter. Armour 7 of 18, 39%. Webster got off to a quick start, getting an 8-point lead, doing exactly what Jim Thorson said they would have to do, but Armour has caught up.
All right, the tip is controlled by the Bearcats. Armour's been a very infrequently fouling team. As they have displayed throughout the tournament, they have no fouls in the first quarter. Webster's been charged with 3.
You spoke too soon.
Bender just committed his first foul, but they have 3 out of 3 from the free line, and Webster has not yet shot a free throw. Waldowski will put into play a non-shooting foul there against Bender. Burns lost it. Picked up by Bresky, puts it up, it won't go. And clearing the iron that time is Bender for the Packers. This is Brad Friedel back in the game. For his cousin, Dan Friedel. Foul is called on Econger. That's his 3rd. 4th team foul. Fuller will shoot 2. 3 field goals, 6 points. First time to the line for the 6'2 senior Dave Fuller. First one good. And the second shot. Now it's a 1-point lead for Webster, 20-19. Actually, last night, Custer and Armour were tied for goals at 26. But Custer hit 5 of 13 from the free line, and Armour hit 27 of 38. Long shot by Hilgeman will not go. The rebound is handled by Bresky to Waldowski. Takes it outside, slows it down a bit. Left side to Econger. Burns. Waldowski won't go off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Fuller. Glanzer. Here's Fuller driving, got it.
Oh, a super move.
10 points for Fuller. Armour will not shoot very frequently from the outside. They'll work the ball in. Lead has changed hands 7 times now. Burns fires, got it. 6 for Burns. 22-21, and again the lead exchanges. 8th time. Burns on the wing. Gives to Bender. Glanzer. Friedel. Back on the other side to Fuller. He wings back and forth on either side. He's one of the key men of the offense. Here's Glanzer.
He's also the only senior in the offense, too, Jim.
Glanzer is primarily an assist man, will penetrate the lane, feed off to the back door on the wingman coming in underneath. There's Fuller. He's their top outside shooter. Rebound handled by Hilgeman. Waldowski pumps it up. He's got it. 12 for Waldowski. 3-point lead for Webster. Glanzer to Friedel to Bindert. Glanzer, Fuller, they really move the ball. They're always on the move. They keep a defense on its toes. Glanzer. McFarland. Fuller. Here's Glanzer with a long one, little strong. Tip back, going to be handled by Friedel, and a foul is called on Bresky. That's 5. This will be 1-1, and Hagen checks back in. And number 33, Tiefenthaler, comes in for Armour. 5'10" freshman, and Binder will check out for the Packers. So Brad Friedel at the line for the first time. He's scoreless. He'll shoot a 1-1. Only one team foul against the Packers. Rebound snared by Hagen, who just came back into the game after a starting role, and then he went out. Waldowski in the corner to Hilgeman. Here is fall away by Econger. It's falling. 4 for Econger. 26-21, the Bearcats by 5. Friedel, Fuller on the little wing. He fires from 15 and off the glass, and he's got it. And Fuller's got his 12th point of the game. Waldowski. Fuller's got a nice soft touch to the ball when he shoots it. Here's Hagen with a long jumper, bouncing and falling. Ooh.
Boy, everything's dropping for the Bearcats.
You had to have a little luck with that one, maybe, huh? 28-23, 4:10 to play in the half. Glanzer to Fuller. Fuller breaks all the way underneath to the opposite side. Now here's traveling, I believe, going to be called on Fuller. It is. That's only the 3rd turnover here in a quarter and a half against the Packers.
And Webster, Jim, has but 1.
So both teams playing a very, very fine ball game. All right, Dan Friedel checks in once again for Brad Friedel. Number 25, Dan Friedel in the Armour lineup. Waldowski across the line. Barry Glanzer right with him. 3:50 to go in the half. Econger on the wing. To the baseline. Fires short, rolling off, and the rebound, and a foul is on Glanzer. His first second-team foul. It'll be out of bounds to Webster. No free throw. Waldowski will put it in play. In the corner to Hagen. Baseline shot from 15. It's the edge of the backboard and pulled off of there by Tiefenthaler. He's traveled. So that's only the 4th turnover against Armour.
Hard to believe that kid's only a freshman, Jim.
He plays like a senior.
He sure does.
Plays like he's had 3 or 4 years' experience. A lot of naturally born athletic ability in him. As with several of these other young Armour players, it's a very young ball club. Waldowski, he got the basket, and a foul on Glanzer. Basket counts, 14 points for Waldowski. He'll try for a 3-point play. Bindert 51, Friedel, Brad Friedel coming in for Armour. We won our first timeout by Armour. 3:17 to play in the half. There's the score, Webster by 7.
Your Standard Oil dealer is proud to take part in the South Dakota basketball tournaments. Stop by and say hello to these participating basketball promoters.
Our job is service that's ready and right. We're there with repairs to keep you running right. Our job is you, and we won't forget it. You expect more from Standard, and we'll see that you get it. At Standard, our job is you. At Standard.
Well, Bill, as you watch the Webster Bearcats, an old Vince Lombardi statement used to be attack the opposition right at their strength, and that's exactly what Jim Thorson and the Bearcats have done. They've gotten a 7-point lead right now with good shooting, good passing, and just all-around excellent basketball. They've only got 1 turnover.
Where they battled back from an 8-point deficit once before, Webster now could go back to an 8-point lead with this free toss. So Armour's been...
This is the first free throw attempt by Webster. Waldowski. And he got it. 15 for Waldowski, the leading scorer in the game. Fuller has 12 for Armour, leading scorer for the Packers. Let's see, passing outside to Glanzer. Fuller. Glanzer sets. Boy, he passes up a lot of good shots, I think, from the outside. Fuller, outside Friedel. They let Fuller do most of the outside shooting. Friedel driving, falls down, will have a jump ball. And Glanzer, Coach Bernal Glanzer, wants to talk to Barry Glanzer, his brother, give him a few directions out there. All right, jumping is Bob Hilgeman, number 34, against Brad Friedel, number 31. The tip, controlled by E. Conger. Off the fingertips of Bob Hilgeman. I would be a bit surprised that ankle bothers Brad Friedel quite a bit. Doesn't limp too much, but probably gets sore on him. That's why he's taken out on occasion, given a bit of a rest. Hilgeman to the baseline, shoots, won't go in off the glass. Barry Glanzer cleaning it out of there. He passes up the shot from the free throw line, and traveling is called on Glanzer as he passed off to McFarland.
I've got a feeling, Jim, if they find the passing lanes closed down, as Webster has done to them in the first quarter and a half, the Glanzer might start taking those outside shots.
All right, here is Waldowski in the forecourt for Webster. Webster has an 8-point lead, 31-23, 2:10 to play in the half. E. Conger. Long, it's going to be short. Air ball. Handled by Fuller. Pass up court to Mindert. Bearcats hustle back on defense. Glanzer looking, waiting, gives up to Friedel. In the corner to Fuller. He pumps it up. He's got it. Fuller's the yeoman scorer here for Armour with 14 points. 5 for Glanzer. Bindert, McFarland, and Friedel have 2 each. E. Conger, short. Foul over the shoulder on Burns, his first. 1-1 for Armour. All right, at the line for Armour is Tom McFarland. We have a Webster substitution. Number 40, Wayne Calden, 6-foot junior, replaces Mark E. Conger. Each team now has used 7 players so far in the game. McFarland missed the 1-1. Rebound, Waldowski in control. Almost lost it, almost stolen by Friedel. Minute 19 to go in the half. Hagan from the free line, and it hangs in there. 6 for Hagan, and it's another 8-point lead for Webster. Glanzer, Friedel right back to Glanzer. He finds Fuller wide open to the corner, and he's got it home. Boy, Waldowski and Fuller leading their teams here in this championship game. As far as the scoring is concerned, that is.
Webster, Jim, has taken a lot of long outside, low percentage shots in the ball game.
Shot block up court to Friedel. He's called for palming the dribble.
That's about 3 times in a row now they've come up and lost the ball on a turnover, Mike.
7 turnovers for Armour, still only 1 for Webster. To finish what I was saying, they've taken rather low percentage shots, but so far in the game they've been falling in. If they should cool off, they might be in trouble.
All right, here's Waldowski. Dancing to the left side of the dribble to Hagan at the top of the key, and he'll fire from there, and he spins that one in too.
They just keep
2 in a
falling.
row by Hagan and a hot shooting Webster team. 35-27, 8-point lead for Webster once again with 13 seconds to play. Fuller shoots. It won't hold. Rebound Hagan. They got 6 seconds. Waldowski. And an offensive foul on Waldowski. His first. Bowling over Friedel. So Armour has 3 seconds on the clock to try to get a shot away. 35-27 Webster. They go to Fuller. The end of the first half. It's Webster 35, Armour 27. We'll be back in a moment.
I work here at the elevator, but I farm a few acres too. So I make it a point to talk.
Was thwarted somewhat in the first half in doing that by a good Webster defense. If Webster continues to defense in that way, I think you may see Armour trying to put them up from the outside in the second half. Guys like Glanzer and Friedel.
All right, Brian Bender will jump for Armour against Tom Burns of Webster. Armour's in the dark jerseys. Traveling called on Econger, who had the tip. So Armour will put the ball in play out of bounds. Shot up by Fuller, no good. Here's the rebound and kicked out of bounds by Waldowski. Armour's ball. Both teams have the original starting 5 in. Bindert, McFarland, Fuller, Brad Friedel, and Glanzer for Armour. Shot is up and good by Fuller. They can't stop him. He's got 18 now. Hilgeman, Burns, Hagan, Econger, and Waldowski for Webster. 35-29. Waldowski over to Econger. John Hagan to Waldowski in the corner. Waldowski skims across the rim, pulled down by Bindert. To Fuller, back to Bindert. Glanzer. Over to Friedel. McFarland. Here's Fuller. Glanzer. Friedel. Fuller driving the baseline. Short jumper. Little strong. Rebound pulled down by Hagan. Webster Bearcats on the attack. This is Waldowski. Hilgeman. Waldowski got it in there. 8-17 for Waldowski. 37-29. Webster again by 8. Friedel. Steal by Waldowski, and hustling after the ball will jump.
There was a good example of the Webster defense tonight. I think they're matching up team speed-wise, Jim, a lot better than a lot of people thought they would.
Good hustle by Dave Fuller that time, as Waldowski had possession for only a moment, and then he was tied up by Fuller. So they'll jump at the Armour circle. Glanzer beats Hagan to the ball, over to Friedel, and to Glanzer. Tipped out of bounds by a hustling Bob Hilgeman. 6:20 to play in the third quarter, 37-29 Webster. Inbounds pass from Fuller to Glanzer. Bender back to Glanzer in the lane. Here's Fuller. Blocked. Taken, however, by McFarland. They're always looking for Fuller for the shot. Glanzer. This is Fuller in the corner. Glanzer. Foul is called on Econger, and Econger pulls down his fourth. First team foul. So Glanzer will be at the line to shoot a pair, and we have Econger out, and Wayne Calden, number 40, 6-foot junior, back in. He saw action also in the first half. Glanzer is 3 out of 3, 5 points all in the first half. He's 4 out of 4. Webster shot only one free throw. Waldowski made that one in the first half. 5 for 5 for Glanzer. Now we have Tiefenthaler, the 5'10 freshman, in for Brad Friedel. Coach Burnell Glanzer has about 8 players that he can switch around there and doesn't lose any effectiveness on his team. Hilgeman, Hagan fires it up there, spinning away. They're only getting one shot. Waldowski stealing. Burns holding it outside, gives to Waldowski. They look for him for the outside shot, and he banged that one home. 19 for Waldowski, and it's an 8-point lead again for Webster. 2 free throws by Glanzer would cut it to 6. Tiefenthaler, he can hit from the corner too. That one was a little strong. Waldowski takes the pass as Hilgeman handle the rebound. 5:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Fine championship game. Mike, I don't remember when we've had a better played championship game between two teams. I guess last year's Custer and Del Rapids was awfully good too. Shot up, no good. Glanzer rebounds. Bounce pass to Fuller. Taken away from him by Calden.
Well, that's heads-up defense.
Boy, both teams are just playing tremendous basketball. Both very alert. Hagan rolling off. Rebound McFarland for the Packers to Glanzer. Packers are running. Glanzer in for the layup. He got it. 9 for Glanzer. 6-point lead again. Waldowski can't get around Tiefenthaler. Here's Waldowski, hooks it up. What a shot. No good. Fuller. They're running. Tiefenthaler hooks it up. No good. And a foul is called on Hilgeman. 53, Joe Morrow, number 53, 6'2 junior, replacing Brian Bindert for the Packers of Armour. That's the second team foul on Webster, but Tiefenthaler at the line to shoot a pair. His first point. Armour is 5-7, 9 of 11 from the free line. Webster is 1 out of 1. Hagan won't roll. Rebound is Fuller. Webster's getting only one shot as Armour's controlling the defensive board. There's Fuller. Won't fall for him. Rebound Tiefenthaler. Hooks it out to Glanzer. He's all alone at 18, rolling off. Tipped around. Up and no good by McFarland. Again, it's Bindert or rather Morrow, and he couldn't get it in. And a foul finally on Burns.
And Jim, you can feel the momentum kind of switching now from Webster over to the Armour camp.
So Morrow will be at the line. (39-35), and Armour again crawling up via the free throw route. Morrow's first one is no good. So they're 9 out of 12 now. 6'2 junior. This one falls off. Rebound by the Bearcats. Waldowski up court. Pumps it up from 15 and he hit it. Oh, he's hot. 21 points. The leading scorer in the game with Fuller's got 18 for the Packers. Fuller with the ball in the corner to Tiefenthaler. Outside to Glanzer. McFarland, Glanzer lets it fly off the target. Rebound, Waldowski comes out of the pack with it again. 2:40 to play in the third quarter. Webster by 6. Hilgeman called for traveling, took a step. 4 turnovers against Webster. Glanzer over to Fuller. In the corner, Tiefenthaler out to Fuller. Penetrates, hooks it up, no good, foul on Waldowski. That's his second. 4th team foul against Webster. And again, the Packers are at the line. In the person of Dave Fuller, he's 2 out of 2. He has 1 field goal in the third quarter, 18 points for him. He's got a good shooting eye from the outside, from the free line. Nice touch. Brian Bender, 51, checking back in, replacing Joe Morrow. Fuller's second shot. He's 4 out of 4, 20 points for him, 41-37. Hilgeman, he's fouled by Tiefenthaler. First team foul against the Packers, but Hilgeman will be at the line for the first time. This is only the second time any Webster's players been at the free throw line tonight. 1 field goal for Hilgeman in the first half for 2 points. He'll shoot 2. He'll try to salvage 1 here. And he does. (42-37) Webster. 2:12 to play in the third quarter. Tiefenthaler back to Fuller. Over to Glanzer. Tiefenthaler at the baseline. Fuller open. Got it. 22 for Fuller. He and Waldowski gunning for the scoring leadership here. Waldowski with 21. And there's Hilgeman with his second field goal and his 5th point. And it's 39-44. Webster by 5 and a barn burner at the arena tonight. Fuller out to Glanzer. He'll fire. Rebound high in the air as Hilgeman to snare it for the Bearcats. With a minute and a half to play in the third quarter, Webster by 5. Waldowski. Econger, he's playing with 4, beg your pardon, that's Calden, number 40. Econger, the starting guard, is sidelined with 4 fouls. Hilgeman looks for help. Hagen, he threw it away. Intercepted, bad pass. They both had a couple of bad passes. Waldowski, 23 for him.
Jim, he's playing both ends of the court probably better than any player in the tournament, both offense and defense.
Ian Fuller vying for the scoring leadership. There's Fuller over to Glanzer. He pumps it up. No good off the lip of the rim. Rebound is handled by Hilgeman again. 2 in a row for him. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's 46-39 Webster. Waldowski. You know who he reminds me of, Mike? Rick Nissen from the University of South Dakota. Oh, what a move by Hagen. Waldowski has the mannerisms on the court of Rick Nissen of Miller and USD.
And that move by Hagen gave the Bearcats their biggest lead of by 9 points, 48-39.
Shot up by Tiefenthaler, and it's falling. 4 for Tiefenthaler, 4 seconds. Waldowski pumps it up. No good at the buzzer. The end of the third quarter. It's Webster 48, Armour 41 in the Class B championship game.
Crosley Shelvador. What's in a name? Crosley, respected quality and beauty. Shelvador, derived from having been the first refrigerator with shelves on the door. Thus, Crosley Shelvador. And today, Crosley Shelvador offers a complete line of refrigerators and freezers, including a refrigerator with the freezer on the bottom. Crosley Shelvador. Your mom had a Crosley. Why not you?
See Dale's Firestone in Flandreau, Lloyd's Appliance and TV in Corsica, or Moe's Our Own Hardware in Canton.
Mel Kinsley has been working with people for 18 years. He talks about farmers and what they expect from a zip dealer.
Well, the farmer nowadays expect better service. They expect a good quality feed. I know the cooperation of the zip feed mills, but we give them good service.
You like me?
Oh, you betcha.
Zip is a brand you can trust.
Well, there's part of the throng here at the Sioux Falls Arena as we are set now for the final 8 minutes of this 1977 South Dakota State Class B Championship game.
The question right now is, can that good, tough, aggressive Webster zone defense last for one more quarter? They've done a super job on Armour, forcing them to the outside, and they haven't been hitting from out there.
There's the tip. It's going to go out of bounds. Armour's ball. They say Conger, who is starting now, and Conger playing with 4 fouls. The only one in real foul trouble, number 30 for Webster. Barry Glanzer. As the Packers move it around. Off to Fuller. Shut off. A steal by Waldowski. Here he is one-on-one. Oh, he traveled. Good defensive play by Barry Glanzer that time as he reached in and just got the tip of the ball to cause Waldowski to hesitate with a step.
And I think Glanzer's the key to this game, Jim, not only on defense, but he's going to have to direct this offense, start hitting from the outside.
Fuller. There's a steal by Conger. 2 quick turnovers by the Packers.
And they're doubled up in turnovers. The Packers with 12, Webster with 6.
Hilgeman on the wing, back to Burns. Tipped away from Waldowski by a hustling Barry Glanzer. Shot up by Hagan, and he swirls it in there. Hagan. 12 for Hagan now. Tiefenthaler retaliates. 6 for Tiefenthaler. A 7-point lead for Webster, 50-43. Tiefenthaler hanging right with Waldowski. There he is. Shut off. Now he gets loose. Got it. 25 points for Waldowski. 10 here in the second half. Barry Glanzer, the forecourt. 52-43, Webster by 9 with 6:28 to go in the game. Glanzer, Tiefenthaler at the baseline. He fires, rolls off the rim. Battle for the rebound, and Waldowski comes out of the pack with it. For Webster from the top of the key. Won't hold. Glanzer clears an iron. Lead pass to Tiefenthaler all alone. It's blocked. Good defensive play by Bob Hilgeman that time. Oh, we're seeing some great basketball.
And Burnell Glanzer, Jim, wants a timeout.
Timeout by Armour. 6:08 remaining in the game. There it is. Webster by 9.
Wide open spaces can save you money with the Gifford Hill Thrifty Rain Sprinkler System. The Gifford Hill 360 Thrifty Rain is a long span version of the classic 360, the basic difference being the distance between towers. By using longer spans, the number of towers necessary to cover the same acreage is reduced. Less cost to the manufacturer, less cost to you. See your Gifford Hill dealer. See Van Dyke Irrigation, your Gifford Hill dealer in Woonsocket, Tri-County Tractor in Yankton, or Rosebud Co-op in Gregory.
Well, there's a couple of pretty and happy fans having a good time at the State Class B tournament.
They must be Webster fans now. The Bearcats have led practically all the way. They led by as many as 8 points in the first half. And Armour has led a couple of times, but only by 1 point. Webster took the lead for good at 22-21, that coming with about 6 minutes left in the second period.
Brian Bendert. There's Fuller, long range. He zipped it in there. Oh, he's got his eye out, too. 24 for Fuller. Waldowski, 25 to lead Webster. So those two are putting on quite a scoring show tonight. Waldowski is fouled by Tiefenthaler. He's pretty tough one-on-one, as is Dave Fuller. Those two individuals really standing out in this game. perhaps because of their scoring. That's, I guess, what you notice mostly, but of course those other players are contributing just as much in the efforts. Waldowski isolated at 18. He looks as he eyes it, no good. Rebound tipped up by Hagen, no good, and pulled down now by Fuller to McFarland, to Glanzer, over to Fuller. Shoots off the glass, it's good. 26 for Fuller.
Jim, you
and
mentioned
it's 52 to 47. Webster's lead cut to 5. 5:20 to play.
You mentioned Fuller scoring, Jim. He's also pulled down 11 rebounds.
Hilgeman. 7 points for Bob Hilgeman. 6-foot sophomore. He's a fine one. Another fine young player in this tournament. A lot of young players in this tournament. Underclassmen. Tiefenthaler back out to Glanzer. Fuller, they find him and he spins away on him. Rebounded by Glanzer. Holds possession for the Packers. Puts it up. It's Wild. Rebound Hilgeman for Webster. We're coming down to the 4:45 mark remaining in the game. 54-47. Webster by 7. Waldowski across the line, being harassed there by Tiefenthaler. John Hagen driving the lane. Short jumper is falling off. Rebound. Hagen puts it up. No good. Tipped up. Traveling violation called. 4:27 to play. Referee Al Solly hands it to Barry Glanzer. Bounce pass to Fuller, and he'll let it come to him. Glanzer, Fuller, always on the move. Foul is called on Econger, and he's gone.
Waldowski, Jim, I think.
Foul was on Econger, and he is gone. 4:18 to play.
Waldowski gave us the go-con job. He raised his hand trying to change the official's mind. We
4
got us.
points on Econger, all in the first half. Coach Jim Thorson giving directions to his substitute. We can't see him because of, it's Calden again, Wayne Calden. So Fuller's at the line, and he has 4 for 4, 26 points. Glanzer's 5 out of 5 from the line tonight. Shooting a 1-and-1. Got the bonus. 5 for 5 for Fuller. 54-48. 54-49. He's 6 out of 6. 28 points for Dave Fuller. 6'2" senior. 4:10 to play in the championship game. Waldowski. Friedel back in for Tiefenthaler. Spin, shoots, good! Fantastic shooting. 27 for Waldowski. Glanzer. Long one by Glanzer. Too long. Rebound Hagen for Webster. Over to Waldowski. Picked up by Friedel. Fakes. Friedel out of the way. Bounces off the rim. Rebound Fuller. Down court to Tiefenthaler. Shoots. No good. Rebound picked off by Waldowski. I believe a moment ago we said that Tiefenthaler was out of the game. Brad Friedel came in. But it wasn't Tiefenthaler that went out. Brian Bindert went out. And Friedel came back in. 3:05 to play. Burns. Blocked by Tiefenthaler. Stolen by Calden. Taken away from him. He's holding on to the ball. And traveling going to be called.
Armour wants a timeout, Jim.
Timeout with 2:54 to play. 56-49 Webster.
It's a great country, pass it on, everyone. Tomorrow's children have to carry on.
American families depend on oil and natural gas, even for a third of the electricity they use. So Amoco is expanding its search for these fuels in America to keep our dependence on foreign energy from getting any worse. Our job is you.
It's a great
we're getting down to the nitty-gritties now. Armour will throw in after the traveling call on Colden. 2:54 remain. Webster up by 7. They've led by as many as 9. So Armour will have to make a move if they're going to make one.
Tiefenthaler comes out of the lineup, and Brian Bennett is back in as we resume play with 2:49 to go. And Friedel throws it away. You don't see either one of those teams doing that too often in this game. Waldowski. Friedel trying to stay with him. Over to Hilgeman. Hagen. Waldowski spinning, open at 20.
Well, he's definitely been the difference in this game.
29 for Waldowski.
And another 9-point Webster lead.
Shot up, spinning away by Fuller. Rebound by Webster. They've been controlling the defensive board. Waldowski underneath. Here is Hilgen from the corner, and he bangs it home.
Biggest lead now, 11.
And it's the biggest lead, 11 points for Webster with 2 minutes to play. Fuller sliding off the line drive shot. Hagen rebound.
Hagen's taking charge of the boards here. He has 10 now. 7 of those came in this half.
Waldowski is moving toward the record for the most points in the championship game. He has 31. We have Mike Fryer of Tripp has 35. Traveling call. Mike Fryer hit 35 points in the 1967 championship game. And Paul Park of Del Rapids in 1975's championship game, 35 points. Dave Fuller has 28. Here's Fuller, short, rebound. Tiefenthaler no good, out of bounds. It'll be Webster's ball. 1:23 to play. 11-point lead for Webster. And the fans beginning to bail out of their seats now. Hilgeman. Outside to Waldowski. They sense the victory now. With a 1:10 to go. They're going to play a little hold off the basketball, cool it off in the deep freeze. Underneath, all alone, and a foul on Fuller, and that's his first foul of the game.
Jim Thorson, if we can get a shot, has got his hands up. He can smell it now off the Webster bench. He's looking up in the crowd, telling him we got it.
This is the 3rd time in this game that Webster's been at the free line. And this is number 52, Tom Burns will shoot 2. 6 points on 3 field goals, all in the first half.
Boy, what a turnaround for Jim Thorson. Jim, 2 years ago, he finished 8th. This year, he's going to finish 1st.
He was at Gettysburg, we should point out, 2 years ago, Mike.
Boy, he's happy.
A 12-point lead for Webster, under a minute to play. Glanzer fires it up, won't hold. They've had tough shooting here in the 4th quarter.
They've hit only 3 of 14, Jim.
Webster's ball, or I beg your pardon, Armour's ball.
And they only had 4 of 14 in the 3rd period.
Shot up by Fuller, line drive no good, tipped by Waldowski. He's going to hold it outside, I believe. Hooks it to McFarland, or rather to Burns. Carlton back out to Waldowski. Hilgeman, half a minute to go. Hilgeman, 10-footer, no good. Foul is called on Tiefenthaler.
If we could get a shot of the Webster bench, take a look at Jim Thorson. There isn't a happier young man anywhere in the world right now.
At the line is Bob Hilgeman to shoot 2. Got the first one. 62-49. 63-49. Hilgeman with 11 points. Glanzer won't go. They can't buy a basket. Rebound by Burns. Over to Waldowski. And the countdown will start. 10, 9, 8, 7. A steal by Tiefenthaler to Fuller. 4 seconds. Intercepted by Waldowski. It's all over. Webster is the championship of state Class B basketball in South Dakota for 1977. The final score, Webster 63, Armour 49. Let's go down to Brian Bjarke.
Well, complete chaos down here on the floor. Coach, congratulations. Jim Thorson. Jim, how'd you do it?
I don't know. They come to play, boy. They're terrific competitors, and we're just kind of laying back there. Like I said, we're a sleeping dog, and we come away tonight. We come to play.
A fellow by the name of Waldowski didn't hurt you any tonight either.
Hey, he's not too bad a player, is he?
Did you think you'd have this easy a time of it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Did your defense do the job for you tonight?
Well, I think so. It sure looked like we had Glanzer and Fuller covered pretty well. Fuller got a bunch tonight, but we did have people in position to cover them, and I think that was the key.
Do you think the job of cutting off Barry Glanzer in his passing game made a big difference?
Oh, definitely. Of course, we got into the lead, too, and they had to keep attacking. And I think that really really helped us, you know, that they couldn't go into that four-corner offense and put the pressure on us with that.
Well, 2 years ago, you were finishing 8th in the tournament.
Yeah.
This year, you're number 1. How's it feel?
That's great. That's great. Makes it all worthwhile, I'll tell you.
Congratulations, Jim Thorson. Well, you can see a very happy Coach Jim Thorson, Jim Burt. And we're going to move around and see if we can get some of the ball players as well, and a coach talk with Coach Bernell Glanzer, the losing coach for the Armour Packers.
All right, Brian, thank you. You'll see the presentation of the awards now. To the Armour Packers, who had a great season, 25-1, and boy, you can't complain about that. They failed in their bid to become the 8th team to go all the way undefeated to win a championship, but a valiant effort in this tournament and throughout the season, and you can't come out with a 25-1 record, certainly, unless you have great performances throughout the year and great efforts. And these young men have nothing to be ashamed of. They can stand tall and proud.
Down here talking with Dave Waldowski. Dave, I believe you had 29 points tonight. You played a super ball game.
Well, points don't mean too much this time of the year. I didn't care if we win by 20 or 1. I just wanted this one, you know. Well, everybody said we came out an easy bracket, but we didn't put together any good games until now, and I'm just glad we could get it together tonight. Everything went right for us. You got to give Armour credit. They got a great team, and we just had a good game.
Your defense made a big difference tonight, too.
Well, we were tired the first 2 nights, and we finally came out of it tonight, and once we smelled the victory, we really poured it on, and everything went right for us.
Dave, a super effort. Congratulations.
All right, Brian, as they continue the awards, the losses by Webster, they finished with a 21-4 record. They lost to Millbank, who will be in the State A tournament next week. Aberdeen, Roncalli,